Hello everybody, this is Tip Top Gaming here today with another Magic the Gathering video. In today's video, we are going to be talking about how MTG Arena has kind of left Wizards of the Coast to development. Like, it has been handed over to a new development team called Skybox Labs. For those of you who don't know, they're a full-service game development studio based in Vancouver. They have worked with the top publishers, including Xbox Game Studios, Wizards of the Coast, and Electronic Arts. Wow, a lot of those companies have bad reputations. Either way, the studio is currently co-developing Halo Infinite, working on projects in the Minecraft universe, supporting development of MTG Arena, and developing an original title. So they really do like everything, and they are currently hiring people. And so this was just announced, and really that's all we really know. I mean, if we go up to, there's a little games category. They have MTG Arena here, and if we click on it, it takes us here, and this is all the information they have on their website. Now, when we go down to careers, we'll notice that they are looking for a bunch of things, like creative directors, all sorts of things. So it's clear that this was kind of recent. Obviously, they just announced the job posting, which means it's probably not going to happen for a while because they have to get the team together to support Magic the Gathering Arena. Now, what does this mean in the short and long term? Now, in the long term, I think that this means we're going to end up with a better MTG Arena in some ways. So here's what I'm thinking. So in the long term, I think MTG Arena is going to end up with more developers in terms of just, hey, there's just more people working on the project, so we can get more stuff. You don't have to just work on, just like this last update was just Theros Beyond Death. I don't expect that to happen very much with this big development team because it's no longer just MTG developers. These are legitimate game studios that's the whole thing they do, so they're going to be very good at managing it. On top of that, I expect that it might end up getting worse in terms of a monetization standpoint. I mean, looking at the other games, I haven't seen anything bad about the other games I've worked on, but I think a major overhaul to the economy is probably inbound. Not only now does Wizards of the Coast make less money off of Arena, because now they're having to pay for a development team like this, but also you have to imagine that the company here is going to want to make more money because the more money they make, the more money they get. And so now there's two companies, really three. There's Hasbro, Wizards of the Coast, and now Skybox Labs, who are all just getting some money out of this big equation of, Magic the Gathering Arena. And so I expect there to be either more monetization or a complete overhaul to the system. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they changed how wildcards worked, got rid of the vault, upped the price of things. But also I could see them stepping back and making things better. Like a lot of the events we're going over recently, or that have happened recently, have been really pay heavy, and I wonder if they're gonna stop making them such pay heavy events and start changing that up. But overall, I just expect, right now Magic the Gathering Arena is very predictable. There's either going to be a set released, some sort of Chronicles-esque event, or historic anthology, and that's what happens every month. And I mean, the release of Brawl was great, but I expect with this that we're either going to get a lot more features. Like, I could see them, because they're a game studio, they are very incentivized to make a lot of money, and they've been doing this obviously more than Wizards has. They're going to hire competent people, and a lot of the time, I feel like Wizards doesn't have the most competent people, but I feel like the quality of the game will go up. And I feel like that's going to end up being really good, especially because the workers probably get paid more, so they're probably better designers for games in general. And so I think long term, the game's going to be better quality, but maybe a little bit more pay heavy. Prices might go up of packs. They might just change how the economy works in general. On top of that, I don't expect the same formula for updates, kind of like I was talking about earlier with either set release, event, or something else, because I honestly see this changing. There is so much we don't know. I expect everything to change. I expect how events to work to change. I expect, depending on how long they've known about this, that roadmap we just posted could now just literally go down the garbage, because they could now just take Arena and do anything. Now, I'm not sure whether it is they are working on it alone. This could be one of two things. Either they are getting the complete support, the direction, they get to control the direction of MTG Arena, or because it says we have to support the development. They could also theoretically be working with Wizards developers and keeping that same design going, just they're the ones doing the actual coding here. But I feel like that could lead to some conflict. So and I think a lot of the reason that they're doing this is because there's been a lot of mess ups with MTG Arena recently, and so they kind of want to just take it out of their hands so that they're not the one blamed for these mess ups. But I also could see them handing over in order for that to really be an excuse, they have to hand over the creative control so that way they're the ones doing it. And so I think that means that we're going to see a lot of, like, changes. I don't know how to elaborate on that more. Just there is going to be changes, whether it's to the economy, how the updates work. I would love if the updates were longer. I don't know if we're going to get monthly updates anymore. That's not a guarantee. There might not be the state of the game every month. It could be now once a quarter we release an update with the set, and with it comes a bunch of other stuff. So instead of releasing something every month, they release something every 3 months, but the thing that they release is much bigger and more comprehensive. And I don't know if I'd be opposed to that. I think that having an update every month for a live game is very important to rejuvenate, like, the happiness of people, and so it'll be very interesting to see where this goes. It really depends on if they're just coding. I don't think this really means much for MTG Arena, but if they're the ones heading the creative process, they might reorganize like their priorities. They might be like, okay, we need live, like, 4-player games, and we need more platform support, and like that's what we really need to grow the player base. And so I think since they're different companies, they're gonna have different agendas, and so maybe this will end up working out to be good for MTG Arena. They may lower how many coins you're getting, but then they might, also make it so these events that are giving you styles don't cost as much. Or I don't really know where this is gonna go, but it'll be interesting to see. Again, there's not much else like announced about it. Like, even if we just go to the MTG Arena page, there is nothing new here. It's like nothing ever happens. And I actually was alerted to this based on a forum post, and it says, there's been lots of issues, and I think this will just allow the game to grow more. They will allow it to be more productive, bigger updates, not as bad of mistakes. And I think because they are a game development team and that is their thing, that this will end up being good for MTG Arena. Now, in the short term, I think this could mean we could see a little bit of stalling on updates for the next couple months. Depends on if the Magic team right now is working still. They could have been something bad could have happened and they could have just fired them all. And so then for the next month while they're getting this team together, or longer than that, we won't see updates, which would kind of really suck. But I think that it's good for the long-term health of the game that better choices are made, because right now it feels like there's an update, people are hating it. I think this means the end of Brawl Days. I think that Skybox Lab is not going to risk their integrity, because none of these games really have anything bad going for them. And so I think that they're not going to risk their integrity over stupid things like Brawl Days. So I think there's a high chance that things like that go away, which is going to be really good. Now, you'll notice here they have software designers, and if we look at this, it's just responsibility: work closely with the game development team, execute software development both independently and collaboratively, test software, address bugs, provide task duration estimates, and report on progress, push the boundaries of what you know by learning new technologies. I mean, that's very generic. If we look at creative director, it doesn't say this is specifically for MTG Arena. This could be just for the entire company, because it's not specifically saying, hey, this is for MTG Arena, but I feel like there's a high chance that these are all changes. Now, I don't know how closely Magic the Gathering is actually working with MTG Arena. I assume it's going to have to be pretty close, but it's interesting to see this change, and I will keep you updated as we learn more and more news about this change of development. Does this mean Jay Parker is no longer in control? I don't know. I think this could be really good, especially saying if you look at the timeline, a lot of the stuff didn't interest people, and so maybe they're gonna look and take a step back and be here's what we really need to focus on, because with new development comes a just complete focusing of ideas, and so I think that'll end up being good. I know I just keep rambling saying this is going to be good, but I think it is. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you think this is good for the game? Do you think this can be bad? Do you think it's going to mean less updates, more updates, the game's dying? What do you think it really means? Do you think this is Hasbro that's really doing this? Let me know all of your comments in the description. No, let me know all of your thoughts in the comments down below. I'll see you guys in the next video.